Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a very late anticipated reads video. I haven't done one of these for a while, but I thought I'd go through some books that I'm really excited for spring and summer. As you know, we are currently in April, so some of the books I want this month I already have, but I'm still going to go through them because I think they all deserve a mention. So this might be a very long video, but let's just get settled down and I'll start straight away. The first book I was really looking forward to was The Witch Doesn't Burn in This One by Amanda Lovelace, and in the UK this was released on the 5th of April. As you can see, I already have my edition and I have already read it. I'm not going to go into it too much detail because you'll see it in my wrap up, but this is another batch of poetry, very feminist, really make yourself feel good, but it is heavily focused on rape, abuse, so just be aware of that when you do go into it. The next book was One Way by S.J. Morden, and this was released on the 10th of April. I have not read this yet. This is the book that I'm currently going to read after The Kingmaker's Daughter, but what got me so excited about this is about 8 people who have been in prison and they've been sent into space and one of them ends up dead. So it's kind of like a murder mystery in space. I think it's on Mars, but I'm not too sure. But also this was also kind of a cover by as well, because I love this cover. It reminds me very much of The Martian. But I can't wait to read this, and I just hope it's a really good murder mystery in space. And the last book for April is Sergei by Madeline Miller, I think that's how I pronounce it. So this was released on the 19th of April. I got my copy early, surprisingly, which is why I love pre-ordering at Waterstones. I get them sent to the store and I can pick them up as soon as they arrive, which means I get a lot of my pre-orders early, which is amazing. But I have not read any of Miller's work. I know she wrote the Song of Achilles, which is a book that's on my TBR. But I thought I might start off with this, see what it's like. I don't know much about Sergei, that's if I am pronouncing the name even right. But from research, what I believe is that she's the first ever witch. She was a goddess banished down to earth and she starts doing magic and stuff, so that will be really interesting. And I am currently in a bit of a gods kind of mood at the moment because I've got Mythos by Stephen Fry, then I've got this, then I also want to read Song of Achilles. So I think there's quite a few books that I'll be reading that are based on gods. But I hope this is really good, and the cover again is just so pretty. Now on to May, and the first book you can probably guess is out on the 1st of May, and it's The Court of Frost and Starlight. You can probably see my other books here, but I am so excited. This is basically a novella, and it's going to be the last novella that we see with Fairy and Reese, and it kind of bridges the gap between The Court of Thorns and Roses and this new series. I don't know much about it. All I know is that it's set during the winter solstice, which I think is Fairy's birthday, but I am so excited, except I will be quite upset because I don't want to say goodbye to some of my favourite characters. Then we've got The Queens of Fenburn by Kendall Blake, and that is out on the 3rd of May, I think. Again, this is a novella. I believe these novellas were released on ebook, but now it's finally out in paper copy. And there's 2 novellas in this. The first one is about the 3 princesses before they got split up and had to start training to kill each other. I'm not sure what the second one is about. It might be about the War Queen that went a bit mental, but we will see. It's a series that I really like. You can see those down there, and I just can't wait to give this a go. And you've also got the 3rd book in the series, which is out at the end of the year. We also have Legendary by Stephanie Garber. That's out at the end of May, the 31st. I just cannot wait. I read Caraval and I loved it. No idea where Legendary is going to go though. Haven't read much about the blurb or anything like that. I just want to go into it blind. But I know lots of people have been getting the arcs and are really loving it. So I just can't wait, and I've got so much hype for this book that I just hope it is really good and as good as Caraval. And the last book for me is The Eve of Man, and that's by Giovanna Fletcher and Tom Fletcher, 2 of my favourite authors. As you know, I read a lot of Giovanna Fletcher. She writes contemporary romance novels, and Tom Fletcher writes kids novels. So they're coming together to write a science fiction novel, which I think is going to be amazing, but also I have no idea how it's going to work because they both write totally different things. And as you can guess by the title, Eve of Man, it's about a young girl who Eve is the first girl who is born in this world that are just men. I think women have become extinct for some reason, and there's just men, and then this girl is born. So I just kind of want to know how they're going to go about certain issues, because obviously there'll be some men who's like, we need to get loads of kids from this girl, and there might be some men who might just want her to live a normal life. So there are some maybe touchy issues, and I'm not quite sure how they're going to focus on them, but it's the start of a trilogy. I just hope it's going to be so good because I love these 2 authors, and them coming together I just cannot wait. So I hope it's going to be really, really good. On the 18th of June, we've got Wrecker by Noel O'Reilly, and this has been sold to me as The Dark Side of Cornwall. It's a historic fiction, and all I know is set in Cornwall where there's lots of shipwrecks, and this woman saves a sailor but she comes to regret that. So that's all I know, but it seems like the kind of thing I like, especially because I'm wanting to read more historic fiction this year, because last year my historic fiction was awful. I hardly read anything, so I can't wait for that. And also the cover is amazing. Unfortunately I use iMovies and it won't let you put pictures up, so I can't show you a picture of it yet, but just Google it and the cover is amazing. Then we have Mermaid by Christina Henry. That is out on the 19th of June. And all I know about this one, I read the blurb because I didn't know she had a new book out. I loved her Alice in Wonderland retellings and her Peter Pan retellings. She does retellings and she kind of puts a bit of horror and gore in it, which I love. This one, The Mermaid, I first thought it was a retelling of The Little Mermaid, but then from the blurb, what I got from it is that P.G. Barnum, who I think everybody knows now from The Greatest Showman, who Jackman played him, he is off looking for a mermaid for his show. So I think it's around that, but I'm not too sure whether she's mixing in a retelling of Little Mermaid as well. But I'm not 100% sure, but Christina Henry is an automatic pre-order. But saying that, I actually haven't pre-ordered the book yet. I am going to do that closer to the date. Then on the 3rd of July, we have Caught in Time by Julie McEwen. So you might have heard me mention A Murder in Time a few times. It's a book where an FBI agent from the modern world gets sent into the 1700s England, and she has to cope with that and solve a murder. I recently got A Twist in Time, which I have not read, and then I'm going to pre-order Caught in Time if I like A Twist in Time. But it seems really good. I love the whole thing of how it's a modern woman sent into the past and she has to kind of convince these men that she's worthy enough to help them solve a murder, because you know back in the old days men would be like, well, she's a woman, she's not helping us, don't let her go anywhere near that dead body kind of thing. And I love how she overcomes that, so I can't wait to read A Twist in Time, and Caught in Time I will need to pre-order after I've read that. And the last book for spring and summer is When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Hope Fletcher, and that is out on the 12th of July. So again, Carrie Hope Fletcher is an automatic pre-order just because I loved her last 2 books, and she is an author that gets better with each book. The only thing I know about this is that I think it's set between 2 timelines and it's set in the West End as well, which is a thing that I love. I love theatre, I love London, so this should be amazing. And I believe it's like in the past there was a love story but it kind of fell apart, and then these 2 people in the future have to fix that. That's all I know, but like I said, Carrie Hope Fletcher is an automatic pre-order, so I just went and pre-ordered it before I even knew what the blurb was. Those are my anticipated reads for the spring and summer. What books are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to the same books, or have I maybe persuaded you to maybe pre-order something you never knew you would? So anyway, I am going to get off because this looks like it's going to be a long video. I'm going to have to edit it down a bit. Also, next week I have the week off. I'm not sure if there will be any videos just because I want to be spending time with my boyfriend, maybe catching up with some reading. So if there's no videos next week, don't worry, but I will be back. As always, you can follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram and Goodreads. I'll link them all down below, and I will see you later with a new video. Bye!